We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng tình, phi thứ pháp vội cấp nhật thiết chúng sanh. Tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mộng, như há liêu sanh thoát từ ly khổ đắc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Namo Saranto Suchedoye Olahudi San Miao San Putosye. Namo Tak Nak Thang Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Dambo Dato. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Tutor, Great Master YongHua, O good monks and nuns and all good no advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、诸者、大士、师父、上人，各位出家人，各位善知識，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa trí giả đại sư Thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone. Today is the 23rd already? 21st of December. And we are here at Way Mountain Temple as part of our winter Chanchi cultivation. Tonight we're lecturing on the Vimalakirti Sutra. Thank you for joining us. We are right now on slide 178. This is of the first chapter. This section here lists out some of the 32,000 bodhisattvas who were in attendance. And usually these bodhisattvas' names are mentioned is because they are pretty big shots. Okay, they're called bodhisattvas. Actually, they are mahasattvas. Some of them are even Buddhas. All right, so let's jump right into it. The names were Bodhisattva contemplating all as equal.
其名曰等观菩萨。
Okay, we also are very privileged to be able to have the work, the explanation of the sutra from Great Master Sutra. And he's a very erudite, so a lot of stuff he had was very, very profound. Okay, so I'm learning a lot too myself. He says here, how do you contemplate all as equal? And contemplate all is equal. Pay attention, folks. You're gonna have to do this eventually if you're interested in becoming enlightened. And don't you go crazy on me now. Tomorrow you contemplate the two truths, and then you enter the middle truth. Don't do that. You only do this after I tell you to, not before, because you're going to go crazy. You'll be wasting your time. This is what happens to people, especially the monks and the Buddhist disciples. They read a lot of stuff from our scriptures. Our scriptures are not wrong, but they think that they just would do it as per the scriptures. But the scriptures are for a different purpose. And so until you're ready, you cannot do the two contemplations in order to enter the middle contemplation. What are the two truths? Contemplate the truth of emptiness or the primary truth. And then you contemplate the truth of the mundane. And then you contemplate the middle truth. Got that? Okay. Then you got that, then you are enlightened already. This is what enlightened people have to do. Some of them got enlightened. I know some of them in Korea. I met some Sunims are enlightened in Korea. 1G or so. A couple Sunims I saw in 1G, maybe a few, maybe 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure that they weren't aware they're supposed to be contemplating these truths, the primary truth or the absolute truth, the mundane truth or the relative truth, and finally the middle truth, the middle contemplation, and they still are enlightened. You see, so it's a lot more than just the simple theory here. Okay, but if you want to really receive better training, because if you get there, what happened to these people is they get there and they really aren't aware that they got there because they went through these phases, and they say, "Oh, I got this, and I don't need anyone to tell me what to do." And they have a big head, and they think they are on top of the world. They don't realize if you feel you're on top of the world, what is wrong with that? You're violating a truth of primary truth. Everything is empty. How can you possibly be on top of the world? Okay, so this is what this Mahasattva does in order to do his work. He contemplates all as equal, meaning that he's going to have to use the three contemplations to treat everything equally. What does it mean to you? I know it's far-fetched for you. But the nature of your true wisdom is a lot deeper, a lot more profound than you think. Yes, go ahead, comments. It's not just words, folks. Buddhism is never about words. 2.
Thank you, Master. When you say treat everything equally, does this mean treating the sentient beings or everything?
All meanings all. Everything. The English translation is not that good. 等观, meaning that contemplating equality, bodhisattva, is the word-for-word translation. It's not all as equal. 等观 is equality, equanimity, contemplation. But it's okay. It's close enough. Yes, go for it.
Thank you, Master. I remember from a while ago you have a lecture, something similar to this, and what you say was no bias, no judging.
That's right. Very good. Master YongHua puts it as, he says, for me, Master YongHua said, for me, everything is okay, no problem. That's his English explanation. He announced himself as, I'm this kind of monk. Everything is okay, no problem. My students are stupid. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it too. Anyone else? So what if you cannot find it equal? You have a hard time contemplating equality. Some people you just can't stand. People are the most difficult challenges to your contemplation of equanimity. It's very interesting. Let me tell you, you don't have to be enlightened, but this is going to help you. These enlightened people, when they have a problem, they do the 3 contemplation. They said, let's say this person, where am I? Am I in a Democrat? Never mind about politics. Okay, empty. If you find that you're afflicted and you really are riled up about someone, yeah? It has happened to many of you recently, down south in Southern California. Okay? Then you want to get out of this this state of affliction, because affliction is self-torture. You're only harming yourself, no one else, ultimately. Okay? So what do? In order to recover, what do? You first contemplate emptiness. You think we learn about this as just, these are bodhisattvas, this is what the Chinese do, these are mahasattvas, wow, they're so wonderful. They're there in the world to teach us something, how to improve our quality of life, folks. You don't need to be a Mahasattva to be happy. You can improve your life, your quality of life right now. You try to implement what they do. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Does it make sense? That's why we're doing this. It's not a theoretical pursuit where you talk about how wonderful it is to be able to contemplate equanimity, equality. No, it applies to you. If you're afflicted, what you do, you contemplate emptiness. Meaning what? Go first.
Thank you, Master. My guess is, could it be thinking that nothing is permanent, not gonna last?
Okay, nothing is permanent, nothing is gonna last. Anyone else? Yes, one.
Is that related to 一切唯心造, like the whole external world, it's empty, but it's all coming from our own mind?
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Specifically, let me explain to you how this works. It doesn't just apply to him. At his level, he does boom, empty contemplation, he's done. Mundane truth, boom, next, I say, he's done. And then, chung, and he's done. Okay, he's that fast. But for us, we don't have that kind of skill set. Okay? But we can use the same exact strategy to retain control of our lives. Yes, JMT. This is rather disappointing that this sound issue is coming back. What is it wrong? What is wrong with you guys over there? Isn't there a sense of professionalism where we are here to serve our listeners, our participants, and try our best instead of having the same problem pop up over and over and over again? Okay, let me give you the answer. This is so beautiful because let's say that you are upset at someone. Happen to anyone? No one. Okay. It happened to no one, none of you. Okay? So you realize you're upset. Yeah? Whose fault is it? Yours. So what do you need to do? Fix your own problem. That's what you do. You empty yourself. You said, oh, this anger, this affliction is my problem. I need to get rid of it. There's no rhyme or reason. If I'm angry at someone, okay, whatever the reasons are, maybe I have all the reasons in the world, okay, but I need to clear my head. Before I can effectively cope with this problem. Because if you are afflicted, if you're angry, you cannot fix this problem, can you? You actually tend to make it worse, don't you? Not you, huh? Because every time I get angry, I'm very manic. You make me angry, I think of 100 ways to get back at you. One immediately, one next week, one following week, up to 100 years and 100 lifetimes. How's that? I'm scary, let me tell you. You don't want to mess with me. So you're only tormenting yourself. Agree? That's all you're doing to yourself. Why you keep on doing this to yourself? You empty yourself. Especially you, who I have proclaimed to be enlightened already. You're being upset, you're being angry. It's normal. And it's no one's fault except yours. So if you keep on harboring that, okay, then it creates bad seeds in here. Eventually, you will pay for these bad seeds. I'm different from you. I plot for revenge, and I repent. You can't do like I do. I love to do it first. Okay? So, it's very important for you to clear your head. Because you know it's no good. You're unhappy. No matter what happens, you're afflicted. Okay? It's your own fault. So the first thing you do is you empty yourself. You say, okay, I need to get rid of my anger. So do whatever it takes to get rid of your anger. Could be crossing your legs, could be taking a hike, could be backing off. Okay, honey, you can have the house. I'm out of here. Okay, whatever. Okay? But you need to back off. You don't escalate. And you back down until the anger is gone. That is emptiness contemplation. It's a degree of skills. Depending on your skill level, could be for this bodhisattva like this. For us, it takes a little bit longer, but it's the same strategy. Does it make sense? How else are you going to retain control of your life? Huh? You think your husband's going to give it to you? You have to earn it. Okay? So that's what emptiness means. You need to clear your head. This has to happen first. And then you contemplate the mundane or the false. What's a mundane? Xú. Mundane is xú. The mundane is false. So the polite term is, you use the word mundane instead of the false. But the mundane or false contemplation is the same exact thing. What is it? There's a step here, step by step. You don't just say that I'm upset, therefore I can fix it. Okay? In order to fix your affliction, you need to go through these three phases. Otherwise, you simply fooling yourself. You're only imagining things. Whereas when you contemplate empty, meaning that inside, you have no more affliction. Has to be at that level first. Okay? Because remember, as long as you have a slight bit of affliction, it affects your moves. Okay? Affects your clarity of mind. So that's why, realistically speaking, we may not be able to be completely free from affliction, but if we are 100% afflicted, we go down to 25%. Aren't we so much better off than before when we can cope with it? Got my point? This is a way of life, folks. We take responsibility for our lives, our actions. And this is how we try our best. Okay? Yes, DTT.
Master, is the mundane that what cause your affliction?
One more time.
Is the mundane is what that causes your affliction?
Again.
Is the mundane is what causes your affliction?
What does it mean?
I mean, that what make your affliction before you try to empty yourself? That is the mundane.
That is what?
That is the mundane.
Oh, the mundane. Mundane is, yeah, that's correct. The mundane is you look at why this person is making you afflicted. You try to look from that person's perspective instead of your own. Because I know most of you are so righteous. That's how you like to attend lectures so much. Oh, I feel so much smarter, so much better. Reaffirms my beliefs in fairness and in propriety and righteousness. But the mundane is now you need to look at why this person is doing it to you. What causes your affliction? Okay? And the more you look, guess what happens? The more angry you become again. Yes, in the back.
Master, how do we balance the view in that situation where we can able to work with person and we're not getting afflicted?
That's coming. But it's about being very honest with yourself. First you say, I'm afflicted. I don't like this. I need to fix this. You need to calm down. Walk away. Calm down. Empty yourself. Meditate. Okay? Don't do anything stupid. Would you calm down and the thought of anger doesn't arise anymore? That's when you say, okay, let's look at my anger now. What caused it? Okay? So that's the mundane. You contemplate the cause of your anger, and you look into it. You look and you say, oh, this is person who actually made me angry, and it goes back to not just yesterday, but also last week, and the week before, and so forth. Has been adding up. Okay, has been compounding. So I see it now. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you look at the cause, and what do you do with it? What do we do with the cause of our affliction? We look at what caused our affliction, makes it afflicted again. Yeah? What do we do then? Go back and calm down. You think it's that easy? You think it's that easy that you really, our master told you this is so simple, just empty yourself, look at what caused you, and then you'll be free? No, it's an iterative process. Everyone has to go through this, by the way, including this Mahasattva. That's what he does. He starts looking at the reason for his affliction. Now he's afflicted again. I said, my God, I knew it. And not just yesterday, but it's the week before. There's a conspiracy. They're out to get me. It's so unfair. I'm just such a nice guy. Why don't people like me? Okay? So you look at the mundane, it activates your anger again. So you back off and you go and calm yourself down. So it's back and forth process. See that? Yeah.
Master, so this process is different from letting go of your afflictions, or it's just a different wording?
Different from what reflection?
From letting go of your afflictions or dropping your afflictions. Is contemplating emptiness the same as letting go of your afflictions? Or they're different in terms of executions?
It's the same thing. You drop your affliction, then you're empty. But if you drop your affliction alone, you still have the seed of your affliction. Yeah? You only are, at that point, you only are developing the skills to cut off the affliction. Okay? So the first contemplation doesn't solve the problem. It's only a temporary fix. Buddhism is so profound. Okay? You want shallow? It's not here. Okay? So what happens to the emptiness and the false? You need to the two, because you have to always start with the first, because you cannot empty yourself. There's no point in going further. You said, I don't care. Let me enjoy my anger. Sounds familiar? And then there's no point in going any further. But if one day you get tired, you say, oh, gee, it's kind of tiring to be angry at the same person. I'm married to her. So I better fix it. Find a way to work it out. Then you have to use this contemplation, empty, meaning, first of all, learn to develop skills to empty your affliction. And then, once your head is clear, you look at the nature of affliction, what caused the affliction. This makes you afflicted again. You empty yourself again. You keep on doing that. You see that? Because when you empty yourself, you see clearer than before. And that's how you see, when you're doing that, then you are what? Dropping what's afflicting you. Yes, too.
I said, thưa Thầy, does it mean that I always blame that person is cause me the problem?
One more time.
the way that you say that, I feel like I just always blame the person that causing me the problem, but it's not my fault.
I'm not saying that every one of you must do this. I'm only telling you that the best problem solvers in the world are the Mahasattvas. And the reason we talk to you about them, because we want to show you what these superior beings, how they function, how they fix the issues, how they handle the challenges of their positions. That's all. Doesn't mean we can do it like them, but if at least we should know that, if people offer me a course in anger management, and they do a lot of sing and dance, and before you're about to sign a contract for a lot of money, look, you have to look. The only way for you to deal with the most effective way has to involve three things: emptiness contemplation, mundane contemplation, and the middle contemplation. That's the only way to really fix it. Anyone else, anything else, is but a temporary fix. It's just because it sounds good, because the salesman says, hey, we are the best, and so forth. There's a principle behind it. If you can contemplate equality, then you shouldn't be afflicted. Okay? Do you see the iterative process? You need to protect yourself, clear your head, run away, clear your head, back off. You say, okay, you win. I'm out of here. And when your head is clear, you are calm enough not to do stupid things, then you start looking at the mundane. What happened? Okay, and as your affliction level increases again, better go back and do contemplation again, empty yourself again. You see that? This is a recipe for problem solving, folks. Yes, one.
Master, obviously I'm not at the level can contemplate these two truths, but after you taught us every affliction underneath is attachment, I start contemplating the attachment. What attachment do I have under this affliction? And I start to think about how would I react, and what would my life be like if I don't have this attachment? How would I behave?
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay?
That's 1 and 2.
That's 1 and 2?
Yes.
But
if you are smart, you want to make sure that you separate them. Okay? Before you move on to 3, you have to make sure you separate them. Can I have the skills to calm myself down? This is very important skill set, folks. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do in life. At one point in time, while you most depend on it, you must be able to empty yourself and clear your head. Okay?
Sometimes I don't know whether it's possible. Like sometimes my son is screaming at me, right? I can't go outside to empty myself.
Mm-hmm.
Will I be able to empty myself right there in front of him when he's screaming and all afflicted?
Why not?
At some point, okay.
He's screaming at you, so as long as you're there with him, he thinks he's screaming at you, but you empty yourself. He doesn't know that. And that's part of the skill set. You can empty yourself anywhere. You don't need to run away. I only simplify it for you, because if it's too much, you learn to run away and develop the skills to calm down, period. Okay, and once you are able to calm down, then you realize that I don't need to run away anymore. I can calm myself down right there, and no one knows. Okay? They could be screaming at me, but I'm just yes. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. There's a question here from Diego Alfonso. Emitofuo, Master, the sound hearers can only contemplate the emptiness, and is it that they don't go further with the contemplation of the mundane? Thank you, Master.
That's correct. The sound hearers don't contemplate emptiness at all. Anyone else? This is Mahayana training, is not Hinayana training. Hinayana training, they don't have such training. I don't see that many places they have this kind of training. I'm amazed that you guys are here, you're not even sound hearers and just regular Joes, and I'm teaching you the more advanced Dharmas already. Whereas a lot of disciples of my era, don't even understand, don't even know. I don't think they understand this process. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. We contemplate empty and mundane. Sounds like we cannot solve the problem permanently. Seems just adjust between empty and mundane, right? Just when the anger come up, you go empty yourself, and then after you look at the things what happened, who caused you get angry, and then you go back to empty again. Seems the same person caused the same problem all the time. So I don't think you can solve the problem permanently, just back and forth, calm down.
You haven't done it yet, have you?
I did, just always.
You haven't done it well enough yet.
No.
Every time you empty yourself, you're less likely to be afflicted by the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And you contemplate the mundane, what caused the affliction, okay? And usually you add something and say, another detail. This is what really made me so upset. It's actually the next contemplation of mundane adds more details to the nature of your affliction, what caused your affliction, okay? And you empty yourself.
Yeah. But for me, I back and forth for a while, just feel like seems to end up, like I used to be this person or this kind of situation. I just, whatever, okay, to come up.
Because it doesn't work for you that well, because you said, I don't care.
Yeah, sort of like that. I don't care.
But what do you mean, sort of?
Yeah. No, that's
who you are. You said, okay, if it's not what I want, I don't want it. It's not what I like, I don't want it. I don't have to compromise anymore. And that's an attachment, because you will always be afflicted by the same things over and over again. You're allowing them to hide over there. That's all. No walls. Just because you don't like it, just because it doesn't make sense to you, just because you don't have to compromise, this is when you say, okay, but I make an exception here. I want to go there and take a look, take a closer look. That's how you open your wisdom. Otherwise, you will hide. And it will prevent you from opening your wisdom and knowing true happiness and contentment. Because the contentment you have is very narrow. As long as you're in this small alley, you'll be okay. But when you step out, that's when you're not comfortable. That's why your body is weak. Because you can only tolerate so much mentally. I see your problem, but I don't say anything. It takes time. Does it help? It's not every time. It's a wonderfully effective iterative process. You empty yourself to protect yourself. Don't look like a fool. Don't do stupid things you regret later. Walk away. Calm yourself down. And when you calm down, look at why. Why am I so upset? Why would I lose my cool over something that's stupid? Over one word, few words. Okay? And that's when you begin to see the first two contemplation, you begin to expand your horizons. That's how your body gets healthier. If you expand your horizons like that, your sicknesses have fewer dark corners in your mind to hide. Do you get it? You think health is by taking vitamins and seeing a doctors and so forth? No, your health, your sicknesses are because you allow your sicknesses to hide in your mind. Anyone else? Yes, 7.
The Master, if I have depression, can I apply the same process?
You can apply, you can try, but there's always some limitations, because depression is a different different issue. Here we're talking about daily lives, where you come to work, you go to work and you're afflicted, and the same person again. Okay, so the more people you have, the more affliction you have, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And people in the world are ill-equipped to handle it. So this is where the strategy you're learning is how to cope with it. Whereas your daily lives, whereas your mental illnesses are different in that they are called karmic retributions. So it requires a different strategy. Okay? That's all.
Thank you, Master.
Anyone else? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. It was last night that I was talking about not feeling well and all that. And it happened, as you said, that my husband got sick. So I'd like to repent about that, Master.
Okay.
What do I do now?
I don't envy him. Being married to you is not an easy thing.
I feel bad for him, I really do. Oh my God. He woke up this morning and I thought, oh my God, what happened to you? And I thought, oh, I did it.
It's a natural thing. Actually, it hasn't peaked yet. The flu season has not peaked yet. It should peak within the next week or two. So it's kind of special we got such an early attack. So we get to enjoy our Christmas after we recover. It's always a bright side to it. Okay? Yeah. Be careful. You guys are dangerous. You guys can be a danger to your family if you're not careful. Especially if you mess around with your mental illnesses. It jumps right next to, right to the next person. You don't mess with them. These beings, they don't give up. They don't let go. Yes, DTT.
예, 아미타불 마스터. 예, 저는 이번에 단식을 처음 시도하게 되었는데요. 마스터께서 5일을 하라고 하셨고 지금 4일째 지나가고 있는데 한 이틀째부터 계속 토하고 위액이 계속 나와서 걱정돼서 질문 드립니다. 위액이 처음엔 노란색이 나오다가 나중에는 녹색이 나오고 그 다음에는 갈색에 뭐 피 찌꺼기 같은 거 섞인 것들이 막 나오고 있고 좀 둘째 날부터 심장이 계속 빨리 뛰고 있는 상황이고 계속 울렁거리고 너무 메스꺼워서 물을 먹기가 이제 좀 겁이 나고 그런 상황입니다. 그래서 한번 여쭙고 싶어서 질문드렸습니다.
Master, this is my first time of fasting. Master told me to fast for 5 days, and today is the 4th day. From the second day, I vomit, I keep throwing up, and then the gastric juice came out. So I'm worrying. First, it was yellow, it became green, and then it became brown. And then my heart beat fast, and then I felt nausea. So I want to ask you about this.
Okay. How do you feel now?
계속 울렁거리고.
Wait. Let me do some contemplation first. Sorry. Go ahead.
네, 계속 좀 울렁거리고 그 메스꺼운 것 때문에 많이 좀 처지고 좀 걱정이 많이 되는 상황입니다. 솔직히.
I felt throbbing sensation, and then I have no energy, so I'm worrying about that.
What is everything?
I'm worrying about that. I have low energy, and then
Low everything? What's low?
low energy. Energy is very low.
Oh, low energy. Okay. And she's worried about it. Would you like to eat?
음식에 대한 뭐 그런 건 없는데 먹고 싶다는 배가 고프거나 이러진 않는데 이제 하루에 이렇게 할당된 물을 마실 때도 좀 이게 너무 헛구역질이랑 메스꺼움이 심하니까 물도 별로 마시고 싶지 않은 그런 생각이 들어요.
I'm not hungry, but even when I drink water, I don't feel well, so I don't wanna.
No, this is terrible. I'm so sorry. Why are you laughing? I mean it. Master Z, what do you think? It's all up to you now.
Just try to overcome it.
What? Try to overcome it?
Well, yeah, at least finish the 5th day and then.
By what? How many days?
At least finish the 5th day.
The 5th day.
Said.
Okay. That's what happens. Master Z has always an issue. I'm a lot more compassionate. XX, what do you think? I know these people, they kind of expect Master to fix everything, to solve all the problems. What do you think?
Continue and see what happens tomorrow.
Continue until what?
And see what happens tomorrow.
See what happens tomorrow? Okay. How does she look to the rest of you?
Better.
The people down here, very, very tough. They said 3 more days. Look at her face. The rest of you, what do you feel? How does she look to you? She looks more peaceful, doesn't she? It's pretty good. Have no fear. Continue. 7 days. Okay?
네, 그러면 그런 막 제가 내면의 갈등이 지금 막 있는 게 걱정이 되는 것들 뭐 그런 뭐 위액의 색깔이라든가 이런 건 전혀 신경을 안 써도 되는 거지요.
So I don't need to worry about anything such as the color of the.
Yeah, don't worry. Have no fear. Just survive.
네, 알겠습니다.
You're welcome.
감사합니다.
Anyone else? Okay. And so the first 2 truths are very, very important that any of us can do. Okay? And what about the middle truths? Why do you have to go to the middle truths? The middle contemplation. What does middle contemplation mean? I want you to know how important what you're learning tonight is. If you want to have a relationship at all, you have to learn to handle conflicts this well. And it's not fooling yourselves and convincing yourself of that. This truly, truly makes you a real person. Yes, one.
Master, let's say I have attachment to comfort. And my understanding, very preliminary about middle, is that I can have that attachment to comfort, but I can also drop it. I can have it and drop it, have it and drop it.
Okay? And that's all? And that's your biggest problem you have? You have such a privileged life. I'm thinking more about hunger, poverty. Yes, Patricia. 3.
Thank you, Master. Well, I think the middle contemplation you get in the practice, in the cultivation. You achieve that. And it's maybe when you can be with that object of affliction and you are not moved or touched by it. So you can be in the midst of the affliction, but your mind is clear. It doesn't move.
That's correct. Okay, the middle is that the first two are the one that you struggle internally. I don't like it. Okay, back off. So the first two are actually helping you reduce your anger, your affliction, naturally. The more you do it, okay, you may not be able to empty yourself completely, but eventually it gets better and better and better and better. That's a secret. You don't have to be a bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas perfected it already. We don't have to perfect it and still have a normal and meaningful life. The bodhisattvas, mahasattvas they have to perfect it because they must, not us. Okay? Someday when you get to their level, then you see why. Okay? But anyway, so you have the first two are, internal. You're afflicted, you solve your affliction, look at the affliction, okay? And you look at the affliction, and then you try to reduce that naturally. The more you look at it, okay, the less likely you'll be afflicted next time. What happened to people in the world is that they're afflicted, it hurts so much, they don't dare look at it. It's that life is too hard. Why do I have to? I don't have to. Right? And that's why successful people, rich people, they have these issues. They're not willing to get out of the comfort zones. That's why they're always weak. They need this narrow alley where they can be comfortable. Okay? So the first two are internal, working yourself internally. Only you must do it. You don't need to tell anyone. No one needs to give you approval, stamp of approval. Oh, you are excel at number 1. one truth, and then second truth, you also excel it. No, it's about yourself. Are you afflicted or not? The middle contemplation is what makes us different from the Hinayana people. That is, we engage again. The first two can be done separately, off to the side. And when you're strong enough, that's when you re-engage. Okay? You go there and get provoked again. And that's when you learn to embrace it. You accept them as who they are. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if they're right or they're wrong. Ultimately, middle way is that it's okay. Doesn't matter. I don't need to be afflicted. They have the reasons. You look at them closely, you ask them, they have very compelling reasons to be afflicted at you, to behave that way. Okay? So that's a middle contemplation where you don't, it's between the emptiness and between the mundane. It's both at the same time. And that's what enables you to re-engage in the world, embrace the world as for what it is, instead of insisting on having it your way. Folks, this is the secret to why the Bodhisattvas are so happy. Nothing bothers them anymore. So for tonight's message is that if you're practicing with us and you find yourself you're still afflicted by the same person over and over again, it's because you haven't worked hard enough. Now you learn a strategy to deal with that. Okay? Any other questions? And it's a very private thing. You fix yourself first. That's how you're able to embrace life and others. Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. Is this related to that saying, affliction is body?
Affliction is what?
Body.
Affliction is body, yes. But this is how you turn affliction into body. The Chinese saying that affliction is body is implemented this way. This is the best implementation possible for that particular teaching. There are many other ways, but this is by far the most comprehensive. Why? Because the Mahasattvas have to do it. For him to do his work, he has to do it this way. So we should be grateful to Master Sutra for giving us this insight. Okay? Bodhisattva contemplating all as unequal.
不等观菩萨
How do you contemplate all as unequal? Is there a need to contemplate all as unequal? Unequal. Someone look up. Inequality, unequal. Anyway, in order, according to the master teacher, in order to contemplate all as unequal, he says, stop at 1 and 2, don't go to 3. That's so insightful. You care to really re-engage, then you want to do 3. You don't care to re-engage, you do 1 or 2 only, because you take care of yourself. Does it make sense? So why would you want to contemplate inequality? And these, by the way, are the first 2 Mahasattvas among the 32,000 in attendance. That's how powerful they are. Why would you want to contemplate inequality? Okay, since you're so excited, we have so many answers. I don't have time to field all your questions. There are times where you said, the heck with you, I don't want to embrace you. Embracing you doesn't do anything for you. You're so evil. I want to beat you up. I'm not going to embrace you. It's not okay to be evil. I'm here because I want you to change, not for you to continue the course. Am I making sense to you? They have different missions. The other guy, the other Mahasattva, he says he has much broader universe, much broader appeal, doesn't he? He says, this Bodhisattva is so compassionate. He's always so kind. And no matter how angry I am at him, he's always, okay, it's okay. You know, it's like my mother, you know, it's okay, and mommy's here. So this guy clearly is more popular, right? That's Master YongHua. Master YongHua, so everyone loves him. He's so compassionate. Come, dump your problems on me, and I'll take care of it for you. Okay? What about contemplating unequal? Because, hey, after a while, they keep on dumping the problems on you. They're not going to change. So one day, you wake up and say, hey, it's kind of the same thing over and over again. It's like going to confession. Every weekend, I go and get into the confession booth and forgive my Father for I have sinned. And since I last saw you last week, my Father said, oh, it's the same thing, isn't it? I recognize your voice. Okay? So that's what happens, that sometimes you have not to embrace them. You say, this is not right. And why would why would you need the two truths? And it's fascinating. There's some people who just come to suck your blood. Sound familiar? That's all. They come and just take advantage of you. That's life. Because you allow them to. No? Anyone? Huh? You've seen those, right? You've run into such people. Huh? So, why would you contemplate the two truths? What's the use? Yes, one.
So they no longer suck your blood. You're not affected by them anymore. You work on yourself, but you don't embrace them.
No, you suck their blood. Are you kidding me? I said, hey, I don't like this. I'm human. Okay? And so what happened is that when you said, this is so stupid, you keep on doing this and killing people, harming people, for what? Okay? So when you do that, okay, when you see that you act righteous, you say, oh, this is wrong, this is not acceptable, and you act accordingly. Before you say, okay, we brothers, aren't we? Oh, we are the same. We are the world. Okay? No. It's only for good people. But for the bad elements, sometimes they don't listen unless you beat them up. Okay? Does it make sense? And when you beat them up, it's out of anger. It's real. You think when you beat up someone and say, and if trying to do this to your son, when you go like this and you don't mean it inside, he laughs at you. Anyone? One.
Master, what I don't understand is how can me being righteous and angry is the result of I contemplate the two truths? Like, what am I contemplating in the vibe? And so angry and so righteous.
You contemplate the mundane truth and say, this is not acceptable. This is wrong. That's mundane truth. This is not acceptable. It's not okay to kill. It's not okay to steal.
And what's empty about this?
And that's when you beat them up. You're too fast. You have to be patient. He said, this is wrong. And you slap him. Okay? And then you contemplate emptiness to calm yourself down. Isn't that cool? Because I told you, if you're so empty inside, you beat someone up, it's not the same as when you beat someone up from anger. It hurts a lot more because they're more scared of you when you're angry. People are not stupid. They can tell. After a while, maybe the first time you'll be shocked that you hit them, but after a while, so, really? It's the same strength as before. The last time she beat me is the same. No, I beat the next time. It's going to be harder, man. Okay, so it's real. When you get upset at them, you feel righteous about it. Okay, it's real. Okay, and enjoy it. Spank them. And mean it. And after, you empty yourself. I'm back. I'm okay now. I'm happy again. Got that? Life is never boring with us. It's not one-dimensional. Oh, Master is so magnanimous, is so generous, so kind, so gentle, baloney. Okay, so you have to contemplate inequality because at times you have to you have to tell them it's not okay. It's a lot faster to make the connection that way. Okay? Yes.
Hello, Master. I want to know, just now you said finally we can beat them, but it seems to create another anger. So why don't we just guan everything and then decide to leave, accept it and leave, not increase the anger or other advantage or something else?
Yeah, it's okay if you want to be nice about it. Don't you hate it to always have to be nice? You never had children before, have you?
No, I'm looking for the partner.
Have some children and you understand what I mean. You can't. It's your choice. It's a personal choice. It's a full life. You can practice equanimity. You can practice equanimity, or you can practice right here, equal and unequal. Okay, that'll be our last slide tonight. So, contemplates all as equal and unequal. Okay, so this Mahasattva says, I want to make it more difficult for myself than the other two. The other two, they only have to choose one. I am magnanimous. And everyone will love me because I'm so compassionate. And the other guy is always so angry. Okay. You look at him every time. And so you guy says, okay, I will be wishy-washy. Sometimes I am magnanimous, sometimes I am very scary. That's what he does. Okay? Any questions? You see, the Mahasattvas in their worlds, they are doing such fascinating things to help living beings. And that's why it is so fascinating to see what they're doing, to learn more about what they're doing. Okay, we stop here tonight. Thank you, everyone.